Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out @StarReka on Twitter. They were the first ones to send me this story about Mindy Kaling's brother. Mindy Kaling is the lady from the Mindy Project. She plays one of the OGBYNs on the show. And this whole situation is a mess. She has this dumbass brother. His name is Vijay Chokal-Ingam, and basically he's stating that back in 1999, when he was getting ready to apply to medical school, his grades were kind of subpar, but he felt that if he applied as a black man, then he could get in based on affirmative action. So he decided to cut his eyelashes, shave his hair, and basically apply to medical school as a black man. He decided to document all of this on his website, almostblack.com, and he's also writing a book. And since this has all come out, his sister has literally disowned him and does not want to have anything to do with him. I want you guys to go ahead and check out this news clip, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Affirmative action this morning after the brother of a famous actress admits that he lied about his race to get into medical school.
Oh, a lot of people outraged over this. Curtis Nicole, what's the latest?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe somebody looking to fatten up a book deal. Maybe. But we are talking about affirmative action, and we are talking about celebrity status this morning. Mindy Kaling, she's that Indian-American actress from the Mindy Project and The Office. Her older brother is claiming he faked being black so he could get into medical school. His real name, Vijay Chokal-Ingam. He's now using this platform, #AlmostBlack, to launch a book about this ruse that he pulled in the late 90s. He said he changed his first name to Jojo, identified himself as black on his medical school apps, and kept everything else the same, including his 3.1 GPA. Then he gets invited by 11 prestigious medical schools, including Harvard, Columbia, UPenn, to come and interview. He was accepted by St. Louis University School of Medicine. So as an Indian American, he said he could only get waitlisted for med schools, and he says that points out everything that's wrong with affirmative action. Take a look at how he transformed himself. Joe, the African American, he's accepted. He even joined the black students group at UCLA, where he was an undergrad, and his own fraternity brothers didn't recognize him after he transformed himself. So in Vijay's case, he ended up dropping out of medical school before he qualified to be a doctor. Says he felt badly about this because other Indian American friends with higher test scores failed to get into the best schools. Now, Vijay claims that his sister, Mindy, is furious that he has brought shame to the family with this book and stunt. We haven't had any comment from her directly, though. They are reported to be estranged. But others have plenty to say. Facebook on James is saying, so he lied, which is an unethical mindset for someone who wants to pursue a career in medicine. Some are missing the point of why we have affirmative action. Lucille says he didn't even attend a school, so he wasted an opportunity for somebody who really wants an education so that he could do experiments. Francesca saying, I think it highlights the discrimination that exists in college applications. Lowering standards to accommodate any ethnicity is degrading both to the individuals and the educational establishment. And Shadeko, just summing it all up, fake it till you make it. And I think at this point, Vijay's hoping, well, I didn't make it as a doctor. Maybe I'll make it as an author.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But you know what strikes me, though, and one of our viewers kind of hit the nail on the head with this. So he basically fakes it to try and get into the school. He gets in.
And
he's there for 2 years, and then he goes, I mean.
From somebody who really needs it in such a competitive world.
That's not right.
So I mean, the distance, the length of time between this stunt in 98 and 99, and now coming out with the book deal leaves a lot to question. You wonder what the heck has he been doing in between, and now he wants to play off of his sister's fame.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen this before. Can we smell something here?
Yeah, really. It's PR, right? You're trying to sell a book that you just do whatever it takes.
Right. The book's still not out either.
Yeah.
Not for a few months.
All right, so you guys just watched the news clip. Her brother is not only annoying, but to me, he's a straight up attention whore. First of all, this man is blaming affirmative action. He's claiming that, you know, basically he had no choice but to apply as a black man because his grades were mediocre. Now, and he's blaming all this on affirmative action, which I think is a slap in the face. Now, if it's one thing if he would have applied initially as an Indian and then he got denied and then he turned around and applied as a black man, but he never applied as an Indian. So how does he know that he got into this school based on the fact that he was black when he never applied as an Indian student? You know, to me, he's full of shit. And then he goes on in other interviews to talk about how he was pulled over by police, how he was harassed for shoplifting and everything else, even though he wasn't stealing anything. He admits himself that he was a victim of racial profiling. But then when everything is said and done, he feels like affirmative action should not be used at all because it's not fair. So which one is it? Do you feel like black people get racially profiled unjustly? I feel like affirmative action should not be used even though black folks get denied and get racially profiled profiled all the time. It's like this guy's just one big walking contradiction. I feel like he's simply doing this for attention, and his whole story makes no damn sense whatsoever. And this happened years ago, so why come out with this story now? I sit here and try and ruin your sister's reputation or put a stain on everything that your sister has worked hard for. It's funny now that his sister is blowing up. She's on this really successful show. Now here he comes with all his fuckery and all his nonsense. To me, I feel like he's only trying to use his sister and his sister's name to sell his book. You know, this whole situation's a mess. This man takes no personal responsibility. This man had subpar grades. His grades were shitty as hell, and he was still able to get into this medical school. And even after he got into the medical school, he's using the excuse about affirmative action making him mad, so that's why he dropped out. No, dumbass, you dropped out because your ass couldn't hang because your grades were subpar and you weren't as smart as you thought you were. That's why you dropped out and you had to go to business school, because you couldn't cut it in the medical environment. So I think I feel like he's making a lot of excuses for why he's not a doctor, because as we know, a lot of Indian people, they tend to go to school to be doctors, nurses, and work in the medical field or even in the IT field. And being that he wasn't able to cut it in the medical field, I feel like he's just trying to find an excuse as to why he wasn't able to cut it. So he's coming up with this whole affirmative action thing. The school's saying that, you know, even though he applied and he got in, it had nothing to do with based on race. And like I said before, being that he never applied as an Indian, there's no idea if the school would have let him in as an Indian or not, because he never applied as an Indian. He just strictly applied as a black man. So I just think the whole situation is just a mess. I'm gonna need Mindy Kaling's brother to have a tall glass to shut the fuck up and have several damn seats, run into the news media looking for attention, just trying to sell his little punk ass book. So anyways, y'all, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire stupid ass situation concerning Mindy's brother and how he's saying that affirmative action should basically be removed because it's not fair, but then in the same breath he's admitting to being racially profiled. This man is just confused and he makes no sense whatsoever. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. What do you guys think about all this fuckery? Go ahead and leave a comment. Alright, deuces.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Lovelyti, and you can show me some love by hitting that subscribe button, watching my previous videos, and following me on social media.